Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brianna and this is For a Positive Book. I make bookish videos over here on my little corner of the internet, so if that's something that you're interested in, make sure that you hit the subscribe button down below. Today I'm going to be letting Kerplunk choose my September TBR. August was chaos. That's just what we're dubbing that. We're gonna move forward. Obviously, my August TBR was more of a pile of possibilities because it was very dependent on how the spinner wheel worked for Amazing Readathon. I didn't get to all of them, but that's okay. We're just gonna start fresh in September. I will be casually participating in Battleathon, which is Mel from Eleanor Reed's Readathon. And this one is all about 5-star predictions. So I really just wanna make sure that I am putting books that I'm excited to read and like books that I think I'm gonna give high praise to. There is one specific prompt, and that is to read a book about a school setting. So I will wanna try to fit that in here somehow. But other than that, it's a pretty flexible readathon. I would love to participate in Jessica's from the Hex Library's Summer Scare Readathon, which happens from September 1st to September 10th, which is really just about reading spooky books. And I'm here for that. We're here for fall, right? Lastly, of course, I will be doing RomComathon. I am a host. And that's going to be taking place starting the week of September 18th. So I'm going to be wanting to read romances. We're just going to have a lot of different things that we're doing this month. I also have some video projects that I'm going to be working on. The grind never stops. I do have 3 required reads this month. So the first one I'm going to be on Rise Book Club Unlimited, and we're going to be reading Paradise Club. And this is a Kindle Unlimited book, and it's a slasher about a bunch of people who go to an island, and then they release killers on the island, I think, and so you just have to fight for your life. I don't know anything about this. Also in the vein of horror, Not Your Mom's Boozy Book Club is back in September, and we are going to be reading Camp Damascus by Chuck Tingle. I'm really excited about this one. I've heard a lot of people talk about this one and it sounds really interesting. This is a horror that takes place at a summer camp, and it's queer. Like, Chuck Tingle writes everything queer, and I've just heard amazing things, so I am excited. Hopefully we can get back on track with Boozy Book Club, although technically July was not that bad. Lastly, my highest tier patrons get to pick a book out of the water bowl. I do have this filled up with all of my patron picks, and every other month I will pick a book out of there and read it in the next 2 months. So in August I actually picked The Jasmine Throne. This was Julie's pick, and I didn't read it. It did not get done in August. We kind of knew that was going to happen. So I'm going to be reading this one in September. And then starting in October, we will pick a new book. Last thing that I'm going to be doing in September is we are bringing back Scatagorathon for a weekend readathon. It's going to be September 15th through the 17th. And we're actually going to be using prompts that people thought were Amazing Readathon prompts, because I was able to see all the chats and they were able to do all, there was a lot of theories. So that's going to be the prompts that we use for Scatagorathon. For this round, it is available to all tiers of my Patreon, so subtle plug there. If you are interested in joining and becoming a Patreon, the link is down below. It's just going to be a fun weekend of sprints. If you have no idea what Scatagorathon is, Scatagories was how I used to build my TBR every month, so I'll link a playlist up above in one of the corners, and you can go check that out. We moved it over to a Patreon readathon when we introduced Kerplunk. All right, that's a lot of introductions. Let's roll a dice and we will see how many sticks we are playing for Kerplunk. I have a 12-sided die. We're not doing a punishment, obviously, because August was just a wash. Let's see if Kerplunk is going to be kind to us this month. Okay, not bad. We have, it's not going to focus, a 6. All right, let's go pick our prompts. Okay, let's do a little bit of a refresher before we begin, just for anybody who is new here. There are 3 colors. There are 3 colors here. Well, there's 4 colors. I'll go over the black cards in a minute. If I pull a green stick, then I will also get a green card. The book that I pick has to match that prompt and be set in the past within reason. It's my game. If I pull an orange stick, or like this reddish color, then I'll pick an orange card, and it has to be set in the present. And then if I pull a yellow stick, then I will get a yellow card. It has to be set in the future. Pretty simple. The black cards are the punishment cards. If any of these marbles fall down, I have to pick a black card. That's gonna add an extra challenge to my pick. It'll either tell me that I have to pick another stick, or the book has to be over 500 pages, has to be an arc, has to, like, something that's a little bit of an extra challenge. So let's go ahead and pick our first one. Okay, we've got a green stick. The pick is a 5-star prediction. For the prompt of a 5-star prediction set in the past, I am going to be reading Children of Fallen Gods by Carissa Bradman. This is the second book in the Daughter of No World series. I gave the first one 5 stars, so I'm really hoping that I will continue this and love this. This is a perfect prompt for Battleathon because that's like you're trying to get 5 stars and you get more points if you give a book 5 stars. I will actually be having an entire video come out probably sometime next week about some 5-star predictions, so this is just a like preview of this because this is going to be on that list. I can't tell you a lot about this book, but Daughter of No Worlds is a fantasy romance, and it's kind of got like a grumpy sunshine, a little bit of mentor-mentee relationship to it. I absolutely love that book. I loved the characters in it. It is about a girl who escapes from slavery and joins the order to protect her people, and you know, magic and romance. I'm really excited to continue on with the series. It was a chunker. I really wanted to read it during August, but it just didn't happen. All right, let's pick our second one. They're already shifting. It's fine. We have a yellow. Ooh, and we have a TBR vet. A TBR vet set in the future I really thought was going to be difficult. However, I put off reading sci-fi. I get it because I'm really excited about it and then I don't read it. So one that has been on my TBR for way too long, and I also own the first 2 books in the series, is Gideon the Ninth. So I guess I'm going to read Gideon the Ninth this month. That's exciting. Alright, that's cool. This was always marketed as like necromancers in space, and it's sapphic, it's queer. It has a lot of things that I should like about it, but I do know that the writing style kind of turns people off. So I am nervous, I am a little bit scared, but we will see what happens. Alright, time for prompt 3. Okay. Just grab one of every color here for the first one. So we have an even number, so maybe that's what I will try to do. A non-fiction book. Then we had a non-fiction book set in the present, and I'm going to be reading Tastemakers, 7 Immigrant Women Who Revolutionized Food in America by Mayuk Sen. And this, I think, like, might stretch the boundaries of what in the present is, because I do know that this is talking about the history of food, but it also is talking about things that are like how the history is impacting your food today, and it talks a lot about like the James Beard Award and things like that, and I am very excited about this one. I work with food on a daily basis. I work in restaurants, and so this one I've had since I want to say like 2021, and I haven't read it, and I almost picked it up for an Amazing Readathon prompt, but then decided not to. So I have the audiobook for it, so I'll probably be reading this pretty early on in the month of September. Alright, on to pick number 4. That one is actually pretty easy. Alright, we have a book with a map. For a book with a map set in the past, I'm going to be reading The Mask of Mirrors by M.A. Carrick. I just purchased this on my birthday when I went to Barnes & Noble and went shopping. I have a whole vlog. This is a like political epic fantasy. It's like the first book in a trilogy, I think. And I've been told that I will like it. Like a lot of people talked about it after my vlog, and I think there's actually a book club that's going to be talking about it like Labor Day weekend. So if I can read it super quickly, then I'll be able to participate in that live show, or at least like watch it. If not, I'll just have to save it and watch it back. I know that this is going to have a lot of courtroom politics in it, and it also has a really interesting magic system in the fact that it's called like nightmare magic and like the city of dreams and things like that. So I am really excited about this one, but like she is chunky. All right, pick number 5. Okay, we got a yellow. Lowest rated on Goodreads. For the lowest rated on Goodreads, set in the future. Goodreads did me very dirty. I'm going to be reading The Warp by Lev Grossman. Now it's short, it's small, that's great. My friends, this has a 2.5 on Goodreads with 1,200 rating. So that scares me a lot. I don't even know what this is, but I've had it on my shelves for so long. But it is the author of that wrote The Magicians, which also is controversial. 20-something Hollis Kessler languishes in a hopelessly magician-less world, with the exception of a fleet-footed nymph named Xanth. Not too far from where he graduated college, his friends do too. They sleep late, they read too much, they drink too much, they talk too much, and work and earn and do way too little. But Hollis does have an obsession. There's another world going on in his head, a world of excitement and danger and starships and romance, and it's telling him that it's time to stop dreaming and get serious. Warp is for anyone and everyone who ever felt adrift in their own life. I have no idea what this is about. Like, that doesn't really tell me that much at all. So we'll see, but 2.5 is so low on Goodreads. Like, normally when you look at a Goodreads and they say like it's a 3.2 or something like that, that's a low rating. So to have a 2.5 with over 1,000 ratings, wow. All right, and then lastly, if we wanted to be like even here, we would just grab another orange one. Then we have 2 of every one. And we didn't have anything fall, so that's fun. Ooh, a mood read. I need that this month. For our final pick, we got a mood read set in the present. This is probably going to end up being one of my video projects because I do have a couple of ideas for some videos. It also could work for Paradise Club because I'm pretty sure this one is set like in the present. But honestly, I don't really want to pick a book right now. That's kind of the whole purpose of mood reading. So I'll read something that's set in the present. All right, so here is what Kerplunk has chosen for me plus my mood read. But then I also have to put these 2 on top of it. So Camp Damascus and the Jasmine Throne. It's a big month. It's not so much like as many like books, but they're just chunky. So, but after reading so many books in August, I'm actually not upset about this. I kind of want to just like dive into a fantasy world and just like stay there for a while. So I'm not mad about this. As you'll notice, there's no rom-coms in here, so we're just gonna have to like add to that. I guess that can be a mood read. Let me know down in the comments below a book that you are excited to read next month. And if you're not feeling chatty, do a dragon emoji. That is all I have for you today. If you're new here and you haven't yet subscribed, there's a little button that you can do so down below the video. If you'd like to hang out with me more, the links to my Instagram, Goodreads, Twitter, and my Patreon are linked in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.